Welcome back to True Venge Chronicles, and hello to everyone who is new here. On this channel, we share revenge stories from real-life moments, told in simple English with suspense, twists, and clear justice. Today's story is, My Boss Cut My Hours Without Warning, Payroll Called Him First. A single schedule change puts my rent at risk, reveals missing overtime, and shows how far a cruel boss will go to stay in control. One calm phone call will start his downfall. You won't believe what follows. Get comfortable, stay close, and sit and enjoy the story of the day.
I live in Brisbane, Australia. I work at Rivergate Logistics, a warehouse that ships medical supplies to hospitals and clinics. I am Micah Trent, 29, a forklift operator and stock runner. I am not rich. I rent a small unit in Zilmere, and I count every dollar. My boss is Graham Sutter, 41, the shift supervisor. He wears neat shirts and talks like a friendly coach, but he loves control more than truth. His favourite helper is Derek Voss, 36, the lead hand. Derek jokes with you, then turns around and spreads rumours. Two people keep me steady at work. Tessa Lynn, 27, is our inventory clerk. She is sharp with numbers and hates bullies. Priya Nand, 33, works in payroll at head office. Priya is calm and strict. She treats timesheets like court papers. The trouble started on a Monday morning at 6:05 a.m. I scanned my badge and checked the roster screen. My name was there, but my hours were chopped in half. 2 short shifts for the whole week. No warning, no meeting, no email, just cut. My stomach dropped. I stared at the screen like it might change back. It didn't. I walked to Derek. "Is this a mistake?" I asked. Derek didn't look up from his phone. "Not a mistake," he said. "New plan." "Why didn't anyone tell me?" I asked. He smirked. "Maybe you should ask the boss." So I did. Graham's office door was open. He was sipping coffee, calm, as if my rent didn't exist. "Graham, my hours got cut," I said. "What happened?" He leaned back. "Business is slow." I looked past him at the dock. Trucks were lined up. The floor was loud. "It doesn't look slow," I said. Graham's smile stayed on, but it got thinner. "Micah, don't argue. Take what you get. I have rent due Friday," I said. "I need my hours." He tapped his pen once. "Not my problem." That line hit harder than the cut itself. Then he added, soft and sharp, "Maybe you should learn to be grateful you have a job." I left before I snapped. In the break room, Tessa saw my face. "What did he do now?" she asked. I showed her the roster photo I had taken. Tessa's eyes narrowed. "He can't just punish you like that," she said. "Punish?" I repeated. Tessa lowered her voice. "Didn't you file a safety report last week?" A week earlier, a forklift on our ramp had bad brakes. Graham told me to sign the daily check sheet anyway. If I signed and someone got hurt, it would be on me. I wrote the truth and sent a copy to safety. Graham never yelled. He just stared and said, "Good to know what kind of worker you are." Now the cut made sense. By lunch, my phone buzzed with a rent reminder. I checked my bank app. I had $72 after groceries. My hands shook so badly I spilled water on the table. That night, I sat at my kitchen table and opened my payslips. I checked the last month and felt my stomach twist again. My overtime was missing in tiny chunks. 10 minutes here, 15 there. It looked small, but it added up, like someone shaving my pay with a razor. I knew one thing. If I fought loud, Graham would spin it into a story about me. So I stayed quiet and got careful. I took screenshots. I wrote dates in a notebook. I compared my clock-in times with my payslip totals. At 7:20 a.m., Tuesday. I called head office and asked for payroll. Payroll, Priya speaking. A calm voice said. Hi, I said. My name is Micah Trent from Rivergate. My hours were cut without warning, and I think my overtime has been changed. Priya didn't laugh or sigh. Do you have dates? She asked. Yes, I said, and I read them out from my notes. Email me your roster photo, your payslips, and any clock-in records, she said. What reason did your supervisor give? He said business is slow, I said. There was a pause. Then Priya said, Rivergate is not slow this week. Thank you for calling, Micah. I will check the system, and I will call your supervisor first. My heart jumped. You will call him first? Yes, Priya said. Policy. Any roster change over 20% triggers a payroll check. We call the approving manager first. Then we log the reason. I swallowed. Okay, thank you. When I hung up, my fear turned into focus. Payroll was a wall Graham couldn't charm with jokes. I went to work for my short shift. Derek watched me like he was waiting for me to cry. I didn't. At 10:39 a.m., Graham's phone rang. I saw his shoulders tighten when he checked the screen. He turned away fast and walked to his office. Tessa passed me with a stack of labels. Her eyes flicked toward the office. That's her, she mouthed. We waited. The warehouse kept moving, but my ears stayed on that door. After 10 minutes, the door opened. Graham stepped out. His face was pale, and his smile was gone. He spoke to Derek through clenched teeth. Derek's grin faded for the first time. He stared at me like I stole his secret. Then Graham's eyes found me. My heart pounded in silence. Quick pause, True Venge family. Are you enjoying this story so far, or are you already angry for Micah? Tell me your honest opinion in the comments. If you were in my shoes right now, would you stay quiet and gather proof? Or would you confront Graham and risk losing your job on the spot? What would you do about the missing overtime and the sudden cut hours? Also, what do you think about my channel, True Venge Chronicles, so far? If you like these smart, suspense-filled revenge stories, please hit the subscribe button and join us. Drop a like if you want part 2 to hit even harder. And tell me where you are watching from today, your city and your country, so I can shout you out in the next video. Would you report him or play it smart? Alright, take a breath with me and let's jump back in. He pointed at his office like a command. Micah, now! I followed him in. He shut the door and kept his voice smooth. So you called payroll? I did, I said. He leaned forward. Why would you do that, instead of talking to me? I did talk to you, I said. You said it was not your problem. His smile cracked. You're making trouble. I'm making a record, I said. Graham's eyes narrowed. I can fix this. I can give you hours back next week, but you need to stop. Drop the overtime thing. Drop the safety thing. Keep quiet. It was a deal wrapped in a threat. No, I said. I want my correct pay and my normal roster. Graham's voice dropped. People who don't fit in get replaced. I opened the door. Then put that in writing, I said, and I walked out. Derek stood outside like a guard. Everything good? He asked. Perfect, I said, and kept walking. For the rest of my short shift, small things went wrong. My scanner lost signal. My assigned forklift was unavailable. Derek sent me to sweep the loading bay for an hour, like I was a kid. I did not argue. I wrote it all down. Time, task, who told me. I took photos when I could. Quiet proof. That night, Priya emailed me. Subject, roster change audit. She wrote that Graham approved my cut, and listed the reason as performance concerns. She asked if I had any warning, meeting, or written notice. My face got hot. I had no write-ups. I replied fast. No meeting, no warning, no write-ups. I believe this is retaliation for refusing to sign a false forklift safety check. I can send the report. Priya replied, send it. HR is included. Keep it professional. Do not confront. Wednesday morning, I printed my safety report from the drive. It showed the forklift ID, the brake issue, and my note. Do not operate until repaired. Tessa leaned close by the lockers. Graham is telling people you're unstable, she whispered. That word made my stomach twist. Unstable. The label that makes liars look like helpers. Around 9 a.m., Graham tried a new move. He told me to take a tall, loose pallet onto the ramp, fast. It needs rewrap, I said. Just move it, he snapped. I kept my voice calm. No, I'll rewrap it first. Safety. Derek laughed and said, here we go again. I rewrapped it in 6 minutes. The truck still left on time. Graham still wrote an email saying, I refused direct instructions. Tessa showed me the subject line on her screen and shook her head. That evening, HR called. Helena Royce's voice was calm, firm, and tired in the way serious people sound. She asked dates, names, and if I had been asked to resign. I told her the truth, short and clear. Then Helena said, Payroll can see edit logs. If time was changed after clock out, we will see who did it. I swallowed. Graham already knows? I asked. Yes, she said. Payroll called him first, as required. That is why we are here. Tomorrow I will be on site. Do not discuss this with anyone. Thursday morning, Helena arrived in a plain blazer with a laptop bag. Graham greeted her with a fake smile. Derek hovered behind him. Helena asked for a quiet room, then asked to speak to me. The door stayed open. I liked that. She reviewed my roster photo, my payslips, my safety report, and my notes. She didn't care about drama. She cared about records. While Helena read, she asked me to name people who could confirm my work and my conduct. I gave her 2 names. The first was Tessa Lynn, because she knows the systems and she sees who changes what. The second was Omar Keating, 31, a forklift driver on my line. Omar is quiet, with a young son. He avoids drama, but he hates cheating because he watched his mum fight for every dollar. Helena nodded. I will speak with them. Later, I saw Helena talking with Tessa in the aisle. Helena listened. Tessa explained. Helena took notes. Derek noticed and tried to drift closer, smiling like he belonged there. Helena turned and said, I'm interviewing staff. Please step back. Derek backed off, but his eyes stayed on Tessa. Tessa found me near the shrink wrap station. Derek pulled me aside, she whispered. He said, Don't be a hero. You'll lose hours too. Did you note the time? I asked. She showed me her phone note with a timestamp. Already, she said. Helena also spoke with Omar. After, Omar told me, I said what I saw. You work hard. Graham targets people who don't bow. That afternoon, Helena asked for a list of everyone whose timesheets were edited by managers, plus device logs that show which computer made each change. IT pulled the list while she watched. Graham tried to laugh it off. We're busy, he said. Helena didn't laugh. Then you should be happy Payroll is fixing your controls, she said. I saw Graham's hand shake when he grabbed his coffee cup. Coffee sloshed over the rim. The warehouse felt different. People whispered. Derek paced. Graham stayed near the office, like he was guarding a secret. Just before lunch, Graham tried to corner me in the corridor by the bathrooms. You're embarrassing me, he said. low. I kept walking. Talk to HR, I said. He stepped in front of me. Payroll will chew you up too, he said. I glanced at the camera in the hallway. Step aside. I'm going to lunch. He moved, but he muttered, You won't be here next week. I didn't answer, because answering was what he wanted. At lunch I sat with Omar in the break room, but I barely ate. Across the room, Derek stood near the vending machine, watching us and pretending to scroll. Omar leaned in. If they try to pin damage on you, I'll speak up, he said. A new picker, Lena Mendoza, 22, sat nearby. She had only been here 3 weeks, but she whispered, I saw Derek shove a trolley into a stack yesterday, then blame you. I didn't know what to do. Thank you, I told her. If Helena asks, tell the truth. Lena nodded, nervous. When I walked back out, Derek bumped my shoulder and said, Careful, hero. I didn't react. I just wrote it down. That afternoon I emailed Helena this detail, so it was logged before anyone could twist it and date stamped. After lunch, Priya called me. Micah, are you alone? She asked. Yes, I said, stepping into an empty aisle. Priya's voice went low. We pulled the timesheet logs. Your overtime minutes were edited after clock out on 6 different days. My heart slammed. By who? I asked. By Graham Sutter's supervisor login, Priya said, and once by Derek Voss's login. We also saw the same pattern on other workers. The floor felt unsteady under my boots. Priya added, Helena is freezing roster controls. Your missing pay will be corrected. We are calling Graham again, on record. I whispered, Thank you, and my throat burned. When I stepped back onto the dock, Graham was already staring at me. He walked fast, angry smile back on his face. Meeting room, he said. Now. Helena was inside with her laptop open. Derek sat next to Graham, arms crossed. It felt like a trap made of chairs. Graham started smooth. Micah is disruptive, he said. He refuses tasks and causes morale issues. Helena didn't blink. We are not here for feelings, she said. We are here for payroll controls. She turned to me. Micah, did you request payroll review? Yes, I said. Did you threaten anyone? No, I said. Helena looked at Graham. Payroll logs show edits under your login, she said. That includes overtime reductions. Silence dropped like a weight. Graham blinked, then forced a laugh. That's impossible, he said. I don't edit time. Derek does. Derek's head snapped toward him. What? He hissed. Helena's voice stayed flat. The system shows the account, the time, and the device. If you claim someone used your login, that is another investigation. Graham's eyes burned into me. You did this, he said. I met his stare. You did it, I said. Helena closed her notebook. Micah, return to work, she said. Graham, stay. Derek, step outside. I walked out, breathing slow. The truth was finally loud. Then my phone buzzed with a message from Tessa. Micah, don't go to your car after shift. I just heard Graham tell Derek, if we're going down, make sure Micah goes down first. Part 2. Tessa's message made my blood run cold. I didn't go near the car park. I walked to the security desk instead. Security guard on days was Nolan Pierce, 52. A former army clerk who took rules seriously. Nolan watched cameras all day and hated drama. Nolan, I said, keeping my voice low, can I ask a favor? He looked up. What's going on, Micah? I showed him Tessa's message. Nolan's jaw tightened. Stay inside, he said. I'll log this. He typed a note into his system, then pointed at a chair near the cameras. Sit there until your shift ends, he said. If anyone comes near you, I'll see it. I texted Helena and Priya a short message. Tessa, overheard threat. I'm staying by security. Please advise. Helena replied fast. Good choice. Do not engage. Stay in view of cameras. Okay. For the last hour of shift, I did light tasks near dispatch where cameras covered everything. Derek kept looking for me. I saw him walk past the aisle twice, pretending to check stock. Each time, he didn't see me, and his face tightened. At 5:02 p.m., my shift ended. Nolan stood up. You're not walking out alone, he said. We walked together toward the exit. Through the glass doors, I could see the car park. My hatchback sat in the same spot. Nolan stopped and scanned the area. Derek was leaning near a pillar, arms crossed, like he was waiting for someone. Nolan stepped forward and raised his voice. Derek, you need something, he called. Derek's head snapped up. He forced a laugh. Nah, just getting fresh air. Nolan didn't smile. Fresh air is outside the fence. Move along. Derek's eyes flicked to me. They were flat, angry, and a little scared. Then he walked away. Nolan walked me to my car and stayed while I checked it. I didn't touch the door at first. I took photos. The driver's side handle had a fresh scratch. The back tire looked low. Don't drive, Nolan said. Call roadside. I nodded. I didn't want to give anyone a reason to say I fled. I called roadside and waited under the light by the door while Nolan watched. When the technician arrived, he found a nail pushed into the tire at an odd angle. That's not normal road stuff, he said quietly. My hands shook, but I kept my face still. I took photos of the nail, the tire, and the tech's report on his tablet. I sent everything to Helena with one line. Possible sabotage. In car park. Security present. That night, I barely slept. Every time I closed my eyes, I saw Derek leaning by that pillar. Friday morning, I took the bus to work. Omar met me at the gate. Heard you had trouble, he said. Someone wanted me scared, I said. Omar nodded. Well, you're not alone. Inside, the warehouse felt tense. People whispered, then stopped when Graham walked by. He tried to act normal, but his eyes were red like he hadn't slept. At 9:15 a.m., Helena called me into the meeting room again. This time, another person was there. Selina Kaur, 38, was the regional operations manager. Selina ran 3 sites, and people feared her because she didn't play favourites. She wore a safety vest over a plain shirt and carried a tablet like a weapon. Selina nodded at me. Micah Trent, she said. Sit. I sat, keeping my hands on the table. Helena spoke first. Micah, we reviewed payroll logs, roster approvals, and safety records, she said. We also reviewed security notes from last night. Selina tapped her tablet. Your tire was tampered with, she said. Not as a question. Yes, I said. Selina's eyes narrowed. Good you reported it. Helena continued. We are doing a full audit, not just for you, she said. Your case opened the door. My mouth went dry. How big? I asked. Priya joined by speakerphone. Across Rivergate, we found repeated overtime edits, she said. Minutes removed after clock out. Always small, always hidden. Selina's jaw tightened. Wage theft, she said. Helena looked at me. We will correct your pay and restore your roster, she said. But first, we need to secure evidence. I nodded. What do you need from me? Selina leaned forward. We need you to keep doing your job and stay calm, she said. If Graham or Derek tries anything, you do not fight. You document. You call us. I took a slow breath. Okay, I said. When I stepped out, Derek was waiting in the hallway. He smiled like a mask. HR, making you special again? He asked. I walked past him. Keep talking, I said. Cameras love it. His smile slid away. Around noon, I was moving a pallet near Bay 4 when Derek called out, Micah, your scanner is missing. Graham wants it back. I looked at my belt. My scanner was there. I held it up. This one? I asked. Derek's eyes flicked. No, the other one, he said. Too fast. There is no other one, I said. He stepped closer. Stop being smart, he hissed. Omar rolled up beside us with his forklift and stopped, watching. I kept my voice even. Derek, if you have a request, put it in writing, I said. Derek stared at Omar, then backed off. 10 minutes later, Graham called my name across the dock. Micah, office. I didn't go alone. I looked at Omar. Come with me, I said. Omar nodded and followed. Graham's face tightened when he saw Omar. This is private, he said. I don't meet alone anymore, I said. HR's instruction. Graham's nostrils flared. Fine, he snapped. He shoved a paper toward me. Sign this, he said. It was a written warning. It claimed I abandoned my post yesterday and refused instruction today. I read it twice, slow. Then I pointed at the timeline. It says I left at 3 p.m. Yesterday, I said. My shift ended at 5 p.m. Ask security. Hold on a second, friends. If this story has your heart racing, tell me below. Are you rooting for Micah, or do you think he should walk away? Right now, Graham is trying to trap me with a fake warning. If you were standing in my shoes, would you refuse to sign like I did, or would you sign and fight later? Would you call the police about the tire sabotage, or let HR handle it first? I also want to hear what you think about True Venge Chronicles up to this point. Are these workplace revenge stories hitting the mark for you? If you're enjoying the ride, tap like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the payoff. And drop your city and country in the comments so I know where you're watching from. Your advice could help someone dealing with this today. All right, back to the heat. Graham's eyes darted. Just sign, he said. No, I said. And I want a copy before I leave. Derek stepped into the doorway, listening, like he was waiting for permission to bite. I pulled out my phone and opened a new email. I'm sending this warning to Helena for review, I said. Graham's voice jumped. You can't do that. I can, I said, still calm. If it's true, it won't hurt you. Omar stood behind me, silent and solid. Graham snatched the paper back, like it burned his fingers. Get out, he snapped. We walked out, and Omar whispered, He's panicking. I nodded. Good. I didn't go back to the dock right away. I went to the security desk because I wanted Nolan to log that meeting too. Nolan wrote the time, the names, and that Graham tried to force a signature. Then I emailed Helena a short summary and said I refused to sign a document with false times. Helena replied 10 minutes later, Do not meet alone again. We are escalating. At 2:40 p.m., Priya called. Micah, I need you to confirm something, she said. What? I asked. We pulled the roster logs, she said. Your hours were cut with a note that said you requested fewer shifts. My stomach dropped. I never requested that, I said. I know, Priya said. The note was typed under Graham's account. We also found a second note calling you unreliable. My hands clenched. So he wrote lies into the system, I said. Yes, Priya said, and he did it to others too. Corrective payments are being prepared. Right after that call, Selena walked onto the floor with Helena beside her. They didn't look angry. They looked finished, with excuses. Selina raised her voice. Everyone, keep working. Supervisors, to the meeting room. Now. Graham's smile froze. Derek's face went pale. They walked in together. Nolan later told me Selina asked security to stand nearby, just in case. I didn't see the meeting, but I heard the door shut, and then I heard nothing for a long time. At 3:35 p.m., Helena came out and waved me in. Omar followed too. Graham and Derek were seated, but they looked smaller now. Selina stood by the whiteboard, arms folded. Helena spoke first. Micah, we have verified that your roster was cut without proper notice and with false notes, she said. We have also verified overtime edits under management logins. Selina looked at Graham. We asked Payroll for your explanation, she said. Payroll called you first, twice. Both calls were logged. Selina then put Priya on speaker, so everyone could hear the facts. Priya said, Graham, we asked you twice why Micah's hours were cut. You said, slow week, and then Micah asked for it. Both were recorded. Graham's mouth opened, but no sound came out. Helena clicked a report on the screen, showing the exact edit times. This is the moment your account removed overtime, she said. In that second, the whole room saw the truth, and Graham saw his own lies trap him. Nobody could deny it now. Graham opened his mouth, then closed it. Selina continued. On the first call, you said business was slow. On the second call, you said Micah asked for fewer shifts. Both statements are false. Derek tried to speak. I just did what I was told. Selina held up a hand. Stop, she said. The logs show your account made edits too. Graham's voice turned rough. Someone must have used my login, he said. The same excuse again. Helena slid a paper across the table. The device log matches the office computer, she said. The same computer that only supervisors access. You also changed your password last month, and the system shows you typed it in each time. Graham's eyes flicked toward me like a knife. This is because he wouldn't sign that stupid check sheet, he snapped. Selina's eyebrows rose. So you admit retaliation, she said. The room went quiet again. Helena looked at me. Micah, effective immediately. Your normal roster is restored, she said. Your missing overtime will be paid in the next payroll run, plus back pay for the shifts removed. My chest loosened so fast I almost felt dizzy. Thank you, I said. Selina turned to Graham. Effective immediately, you are removed from supervisory duties pending investigation, she said. You will hand over your keys and access card. You will leave the site with security. Dozed at with and I. Graham stood up so hard his chair scraped. You can't do this, he said. I run this place. Selina didn't flinch. You stole wages, she said. You abused roster controls. You threatened staff. You're done. Derek jumped up too. What about me? He blurted. Helena spoke calmly. Derek Voss, you are suspended pending review, she said. Do not contact staff about this matter. Derek's face twisted. This is bull! Nolan stepped into the doorway. And Derek stopped. Graham's mouth moved like he wanted to shout. Then he saw Selina's face and realized shouting wouldn't save him. Security walked them out. I watched through the glass as Graham tried one last smile at the workers, like he was the victim. Nobody smiled back. The warehouse felt like the air changed. People kept working, but the whispers stopped. For the first time in weeks, my shoulders dropped. Helena stayed behind to speak with staff one by one. Omar told the truth. Tessa told the truth. Lena told the truth. Even two workers who had stayed quiet before finally said their overtime had been shaved too. Priya emailed a summary that evening. The company would run a full back pay correction for any worker affected. A hotline number would be set up for reports. Management logins would no longer be allowed to edit time without payroll approval. I sat on my couch and stared at that email like it was a winning lottery ticket. It wasn't money yet, but it was justice. On Monday, my roster was back to full time, plus the overtime I usually worked. A new interim supervisor was introduced, Matteo Briggs, 44, a calm former site lead from another branch. Matteo didn't joke about safety. He asked questions and listened to answers. Matteo pulled me aside near the dock. "Micah, I read the file," he said. "You did the right thing. I'm sorry you went through that." I nodded, surprised by how much that simple sentence helped. 2 weeks later, Payroll paid the correction. The amount was big enough to cover rent, fix my tire, and rebuild my savings a bit. Priya also sent a separate note. "Thank you for raising this. It protected others." I printed that note and taped it inside my kitchen cupboard where I keep my bills so I would remember. As for Graham, I heard he tried to appeal. Selena didn't budge. The evidence was too clean. The payroll calls, the logs, the false notes, the threats, all tied together. Derek tried to act normal for a day before his suspension became official. Then he was gone too. People said he got moved to another site on probation. People also said no one there trusted him. One afternoon, I saw Helena in the car park and thanked her again. She said, "You stayed calm. That's what made it easy to help you." Tessa bumped my shoulder. "You know what the best part is?" she said. "What?" I asked. She smiled. Payroll called him first. I laughed for the first time in a long time, because she was right. All his power, and one calm phone call broke it. That night, I paid my landlord early. I slept like a stone. And when I went back to work, I didn't feel small anymore. I felt steady, like the floor was mine too. Life lessons. Lesson 1. Document everything. Save rosters, payslips, texts, and times. Write down who said what and when. Facts beat gossip. When you stay calm and build a clear timeline, it becomes easy for payroll or HR to act. Keep copies outside your work computer to protect your pay and name. Lesson 2. Never sign a lie to keep peace. Read warnings and forms slowly. Ask for a copy. Request details in writing. If you feel pressured, bring a witness and stand near cameras. A false signature can follow you for years, but a calm no can save you at work. Lesson 3. Use the right system, not the loudest fight. Payroll logs, device records, and policies can stop bullies. Try these lessons this week, in your own job or school. Share your opinion below and tell me what you'd do in Micah's shoes. Thanks for watching. See you soon again.
Before you go, hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss the next upload. Then head to the playlists section and binge the best episodes. Family revenge, boss revenge, courtroom twists, and quiet comeback stories. If this story hit you, share it with a friend who needs courage. See you in the next True Venge Chronicles. Like the video to boost it in the algorithm and help more viewers find these emotional, suspense-filled revenge tales. Your support keeps this channel growing, week after week, story after story together. Goodbye.